Happy 2012, Panzers! So this week we're doing a survey, and thank you Nella for the idea. I really like having a team once in a while. So let's jump right in. This year I did a bunch of things that I never did before. First of all, I was in a collab. Because I've been on YouTube for quite a while, but I've never been in a collab, like actually a part of it. I moved and lived in a different country. I worked for the first time, therefore earned my own money for the first time. Yeah. And I always forget them, always. And as a matter of fact, I can only remember one of those from last year, which was learn or improve French. And I think I kind of did it because I can pretty much talk right now. Not too good, but still better than last year, definitely. Well, I didn't really visit. It was more like a stay there, a stay here. Of course, Ireland. Then I went to England and France. I'd say 11. But I'm constantly moving, so it's really complicated, so whatever comes up. Well, I remember the first video I had to record for the collab was very exciting, and when we actually decided to make this. Another date was when I met Kate Nash and her sisters recognized me from Twitter. And also when I met Imelda May and I got to go backstage. And this sounds strange, but the first time I went to Disneyland Paris by myself. Just because I lived there and I could just wander around and come back home whenever I wanted. Well, my biggest achievement this year would be that I managed to have a job interview in French. If you told me last year I would have done this year, I would have said, nah, never. You don't speak French. And yeah, I'm kind of proud that the person I had an interview with understood me and kind of offered me a job. Yeah, I'm on a waiting list right now, so. Although it brought me a lot of good things, I felt it was a failure when I lost my job in Paris. Even though it wasn't really my fault, it was more the hostman, which was not normal. But yeah, I still didn't feel good at all. Well, I have two things. One thing isn't really like, it's this thing. And it's a picture of my host family in Ireland. And I always wanted a picture with all of them. And when the pictures of this comedian arrived, they disappeared like the day after, so I couldn't even take a picture of the picture which looked properly. I took one with my webcam, but yeah. So I'm really glad she got me this, the host mom. And the other thing is my Christmas present from my best friend, which is this thing. And yeah, I wanted this for a while. We saw it together about a month ago and they gave me that. And pretty much it means the princess sleeps here. It would have made more sense if I were in Disneyland as a princess, but I still like it. I lived here all my life and I never really went shopping here because things are very expensive. Well, not really expensive, but I'm not a person who spent 150 euro for jeans. Or for example, a shirt from this brand. I got this as a Christmas present, but the brand of this shirt is very expensive and I hate it. And I usually only went like twice a year to shop in Naples, once for summer, once for winter. So yeah, and when I lived in Ireland, first of all, I made my own money, therefore I could spend it whenever I wanted, even though it was a pretty bad idea. But we had this magical place called Pennies, also known as Primark, and you got shirts for €2 and all the cheap stuff. So a lot of money went into that. This year had a lot of songs, but the song that will kind of remind me of the whole year was Mayhem by Imelda May, because it was one of the first songs I heard from her in Ireland and was very early in my time there. Was, I think, about February, and I liked the song all the way through the year, so that's my song. This year Christmas was pretty boring. because usually I spend it with my uncle, my aunt, my parents, and my 2 cousins. But this year, my uncle, aunt, and 2 cousins spent Christmas in London. Lucky them. And I was just with my parents, and it wasn't really interesting. We pretty much had dinner, then we watched Christmas Holidays, like with Chevy Chase, the movie, which is absolutely brilliant, and then we opened presents. I did twice, but sadly I don't have the book, which was the best from the library, and it was The Secret Life of Bees. I literally ate that book. I just couldn't stop reading it, and it was so interesting. But another book I read this year, which I absolutely loved, was Precious by Sapphire. And I literally bought it in the evening, and I finished it by the time I got back home, because I had to take like a lot of tubes and a lot of buses to get home, because I lived outside Paris when I got this. So yeah, it kept me company. Well, this is an easy question. Imelda May, huh? And maybe Tudor Cinema Club and The Strokes and the Coronas, but mainly Imelda May. On my birthday, in the morning, I went to give my CV to Disneyland, and it was one of the most horrible days of my life, because I went at 7 in the morning, had to take the first metro, and it was horrible. Then I worked pretty much all day. No one in the family I worked for knew it was my birthday until 8 in the evening, when the mom remembered. And in the evening, I cooked ratatouille and quinoa with my friend Edie, and we watched a movie with Audrey Hepburn. I'm definitely getting a job in Disneyland. I mean, I went to that casting agency about about 4 or 5 times. I had 2 job interviews, and yeah, getting a job would have made things so much easier. Definitely YouTube and you guys, this collab, because this year was so strange, and the only thing that kept me sane was seeing all of you on the internet. Like every few days you had a video by someone that I pretty much knew, and it felt like I was seeing my family again. This sounds extremely cheesy, but yeah. And other YouTubers who did like Vlogtober, Vlog Year, and all that stuff, all that vlogging. I had people to look forward to. I had a thing to look forward to and see, and that was definitely a really big help. I miss my best friends a lot. I missed a lot of events in their life, like a confirmation. I missed the first ride in the car with my friend Francisca, because she was with me when I first took the car. She was very brave, and I couldn't be with her, and I missed both of their birthdays, and it really sucked. I don't think it was the best thing, but it was like the food discovery of the year for me. In Ireland at the wedding, I had this little toast with goat cheese on it, and it was so good. Then in Paris, the family I worked for always had goat cheese, and it was absolutely amazing. I think I could live off that for my whole life, just with goat cheese. Probably not to be too naive, and if things sound too good, they probably aren't good. Like, I think I found a lot of jobs which sounded so interesting, and I was so sure that some things would go well, and in the end nothing went well. But yeah, definitely not to be too naive and think about things like 10 times before you do that. And that was it. I will see you next week and DFTV. Oh, by the way, Nella, I got your card. Thank you!